Artificial intelligence has been a very trendy topic in the past few months thanks to generative AI like ChatGPT. On today's episode, I want to take a closer look at Meta Platforms and Unity Software, two companies that were dealing with artificial intelligence and machine learning before it was even cool. But even better, now with generative AI, these two companies are also improving their solutions. Let's take a closer look in today's episode. So first, let's start off with Unity Software. This is the 3D game engine platform. You might be like, Jose, how does artificial intelligence and machine learning have to do with the gaming market? There is a lot that it has to do with it, but also there are other growth opportunities for Unity. So let's take a closer look at Unity's most, I want to say, important machine learning or artificial intelligence platform, and that is their machine learning agents. And they do mention that in the gaming industry, creating responsive and intelligent virtual players and non playable characters is hard. If you are a gamer, you do know you have those NPCs. With Unity machine learning, though, you're able to kind of train those games instead of hard coding it. So you're teaching intelligent agents to learn through a combination of deep reinforcement learning and imitation learning. Here are some examples of machine learning agents on gaming. For example, in a kart racing game, it can help with those non playable characters. Also, in flying airplanes, it can teach the computer how to play soccer. So, if you are playing some soccer game and you don't want to play with anybody else but just want to test out, we can see how machine learning is not new to the gaming aspect. Now, I want to take a closer look at some of the other solutions that they have. The other one is Unity's computer vision. And they do mention that vision is very important for numerous solutions in the real world. They kind of give some breakdowns here. I mean, the perfect example while we are looking here is just autonomous driving, for example, right? You need to know your car to be able to detect the difference between a car, a vehicle, a box, a pedestrian, a stop sign, and you need computer vision for that, and Unity has solutions. They have some resources of how they're teaching robots to see with Unity, how they're able to train object detection model with synthetic data. So here we can see if maybe you might be running a big supermarket to determine what kind of cereal, what kind of products you have available to you to kind of help with inventory management. So we can see a huge list here of computer vision. Outside of that, robotic simulation is also something you can do in Unity. And artificial intelligence and machine learning is something that is needed in autonomous robots as they need to learn and execute proper tasks. So they do mention that robots are common in industrial and commercial settings for complex assembly, picking and packing, last mile delivery, and more. And to verify before implementing them in a robot or kind of bringing them to the real world, you want to make sure you're able to do that safely in an environment and simulate all the types of response. This is where Unity's robotic simulation works. And they kind of gave some great things of how they become making robots more accessible, how they're helping out with digital twins and virtual environments, and the list goes on and on. The final one I want to take a closer look at is Unity Simulation Pro. And Unity Simulation Pro is a runtime built optimized for simulations. It enables engineers to run multiple scenarios with accurate physics at any scale on premise or in a private cloud. And one perfect example of Unity simulation would be training autonomous driving, like I mentioned earlier. And this is a common practice. So we can see how Unity has been involved in artificial intelligence and machine learning for a long time. The other thing I do want to mention is NVIDIA has this Omniverse, this ecosystem, and Unity has a plugin that you're able to use NVIDIA's Omniverse and kind of connect with all these other applications. So now that we know all of Unity's current solutions, I want to take a closer look at the next AI solution. And the next AI solution is one that's super popular. It has to deal with generative AI. So we did see this tweet from Unity about a week ago where they are releasing Unity AI beta, which is going to allow developers to create some form of model, some form of scene purely with text. just like we're seeing with numerous generative AI platforms at the moment. So, for example, right there, give me a synthetic wave look, give me a cyberpunk look, and you will be able to design a game like that. Before we go any further, I want to thank you for watching, and I need your help to reach my goal of 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you can do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and thumbs up. Also, if you want some fantastic insight into the semiconductor industry, join my other channel, Semiconductor Investing and More, where I use my electrical engineering background to break down the semiconductor market. Finally, I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for their subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode. And the great thing is, if you are a Unity shareholder, you know that this isn't new news. If you heard all their earnings call, and management has always said that they wanted to create a tool where it's no longer just a developer that's using Unity. It's going to be your average Joe. And I want to say that can bring a whole new set of customers or consumers to Unity and their overall platform. Because right now, to develop a game or to develop anything on Unity, you need to have hours and hours of training. With this generative AI, sure, you might need some tech savvy skills, but it won't be as much as you previously needed to kind of get started. And I do believe that's a huge benefit for Unity, where maybe someone who's really good at just generating text prompt will be able to design a great game. One more news of Unity, we can see on January 19th, there are reports that a Unity engineer actually shared how ChatGPT was integrated into Unity Editor. I think it's pretty cool. Maybe this is exactly how that Unity AI might work, but we have to take a closer look in the upcoming months when it is released. So now I want to take a closer look at the second company, Meta Platforms, and they recently released a report on March 7th of 2023 where they talk about Facebook today and tomorrow. So they're talking a lot about what's happening right now and where they see this market growing. So the first thing that they mention is their focus this year is on artificial intelligence. And I want to say there might be a lot of investors that are saying, hey, Jose, you were bullish on Meta Platforms when it was a company that was focused on the metaverse and all this. Now they're changing they're changing where they want to focus. And if you've watched my first few videos on Meta Platforms when they became Meta, we heard from Zuckerberg, right, that one of their main investments was, yes, the metaverse. But what did that entitle? That entitled data centers, that entitled artificial intelligence. So even though it might seem like a brand new move, this is somewhere where they were going the whole time. And they mentioned that AI-powered discovery has been amazing, obviously with the advertisement changes in the world after iOS 14, I believe. They had to find a new way to discover, and they used it through artificial intelligence. And now with that AI, they can deliver content to people who will appreciate it most, will make Facebook the best place for social discovery and searching. And this is how they're using artificial intelligence. If you are a consumer, they know what type of video, they know what type of image, they know what type of account to recommend to you, so you have the best experience on their platform. And if you spend on their platform longer, they get to hit you with more advertisement. So obviously it makes it seem that, hey, at the end of the day, they care about you, but they're just caring to keep you on the platform to build those ad dollars. They mentioned that at Facebook, they're using AI to recommend all types of content beyond reels, photos, text, groups, short and long form videos, and more. And this is what I want to say is the great thing about Meta is this is a huge data company and a huge tech company, and they have text, images, videos, and everything to be able to learn and kind of continue to train their AI. They kind of finish off this report with some great notes that, hey, when we think about looking forward, they do mention that Meta AI research team is a world-class team, and they are continuing to make advancements in AI, particularly, remember this, generative AI in Facebook and Meta more broadly. And they would look to bring this transformative technology to billions of people and allow them to create and share in new ways. And I think that generative AI is going to be a great move for a company like Facebook and Meta in numerous ways. First, as the consumer, we will be able to create a lot funnier memes or a lot more interacting content where the user or the viewer is going to be more engaged in the platform, and then they get to hit you with more ads. But more importantly, they are able to increase their meta solutions, their meta advertisement solutions. And here we can see the strategy report on March 23rd of 2023, so about a week ago. Meta talks about how one uses AI and automation to drive results for their business. And here they're talking about Meta Advantage. And for those not familiar with Meta Advantage, this is an end-to-end AI-powered ad product that automates and simplifies the process of creating advertisement campaigns in as few as steps as possible. So overall, if you've ever created an ad, it's definitely a step and a learning curve, right? So what Meta wants to do is eliminate that learning curve, make it easier for people to hit advertisement on their platforms, and at the end of the day, make more money. They do mention that recent tests have found that advertisers who use Advantage Plus shopping campaigns are seeing a 32% increase in return on ad. So that's definitely great news. They also have Advantage Plus Creative, which is a standard enhancement to the ad and kind of all the creatives that are made. For example, it does small enhancements right now, like adjusting the brightness, aspect ratios, and text placements to improve the performance of the creative. So let's say maybe it might give me a result if I want to post on Instagram, but what if I want to post on Facebook? It might change that overall layout to be a better response from the community in that platform. And I think that's a very, very important move. Looking ahead, they do mention that they are encouraged by the rate at which advertisers are adopting to Meta Advantage, including Advantage Plus, which is what I mentioned, and it's one of Meta's fastest growing AI powered ad product. And I do believe that's going to continue. Finally, I do believe Meta is a huge tech company. They have created a lot of generative AI solutions. Luckily for them, they don't have to give it to the public just now. They can wait it out. But I do believe this will help create better advertisement and, like I mentioned, better content in the long term, which will overall increase the retention rate of their products. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.